Namaste and good morning, everyone. We are starting our Sunday's Gita class where we have been learning different human traits, the emotions, the feelings, the behaviors. So today we are going to learn about peace, what Lord Krishna is saying about peace and what do we understand, why do we need to be peaceful and how to be peaceful and what happens when we are peaceful. So let's start with some prayers and the recitation of some verses from Bhagavad Gita by Karna.
Thank you, Hersh. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Grathitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitaamrutavarshiniം Bhagavati Ashtadashaധ്यायिनीम् Amb Tvāmanusandadhāmi Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshinim Namostu te Vyasa Vishāla Buddhe Fullaravindayatapatra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharatatailapurna Prajvalito Jnanamaya Pradeepaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnanamudraya Krishnaya Grigitamritaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopal Nandanaha Partho Vatsasudhir Bhokta Dugdham Gitamrutam Mahat Vasudeva Sutan Devam Kaunsa Chanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Bhishmadronatata Jayadratha Jala Gandhara Nilotpala Shalyagrahavati Krupena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhanavartini Sottirna Khalu Pandavairananadi Kaivartakah Keshavaha Parasharyavachas Sarojamamalam Gitarthagandhotkatan Nanakyanak Kesaram Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam Loke Sajjana Shatpadairaharaha Pepiyamanam Muda Bhuyad Bharat Pankajam Kalimalap Pradvamsina Shreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangulanghayate Girim Yatkrupatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutas Stunvanti Divair Vedais Sangha Padokramopa Upanishadair Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavasthita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yogino Yasyantan Vidussura Suragana देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः I'll start with shlokas now. नास्ति बुद्धिरयुक्तस्य न चायुक्तस्य भावना न चाभावयतः शान्तिरशान्तस्य कुतः सुखम् विहाय कामान्यः सर्वान् पुमांश्चरति निःस्पृहः निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः स शान्तिमधिगच्छति श्रद्धावान् लभते ज्ञानं तत्परः संयतेन्द्रियः ज्ञानं लब्ध्वा परां शान्ति मचिरेणाधिगच्छति भोक्तारं यज्ञतपसां सर्वलोकमहेश्वरम् सुहृदं सर्वभूतानां ज्ञात्वा मां शान्तिमृच्छति वेदेषु यज्ञेषु तपस्सु चैव दानेषु यत्पुण्यफलं प्रदिष्टम् अत्येति तत्सर्वमिदं विदित्वा योगी परं स्थानमुपैति चाद्यम्. Thank you, Ashri.
Thank you very much, Karuna. So she recited 5 verses from Bhagavad Gita, and they are all pertaining to peace. We are all seeking peace. In our prayers also, when we say, "Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti." So Shanti means peace. What happens when there is no peace of the mind? And in these verses, Lord Krishna is telling us that if we don't have inner peace, there will be anxiety, restlessness. And that will not allow us to feel at peace. And it will not allow us to feel truly happy within. Because we want to be happy. Peace as an inner experience transcends happiness, actually. In fact, it is more gratifying experience than happiness. Generally, finding peace refers to achieving a state of inner calm, tranquility, and contentment. It can also involve resolving inner conflicts, accepting things as they are, and cultivating a harmony within ourselves. And this can be pursued through various practices, such as meditation. That's why in the very first verse which Karuna recited, Lord Krishna said, "Na cha abhavyataha shantihi." Abhavyata. To the unmeditated, there's no peace. We need to be mindful also. We got to learn how to do the self-reflection. Only then we can truly feel peaceful. Actually, it's a journey towards peace. And it's very personal. But it's an ongoing process. Let's look at all these 5 verses which Karuna recited in English now. The first one, that is from chapter 2, verse number 66. Lord Krishna says there's no knowledge. Knowledge means knowledge of the self. Atam Gyan, to the unsteady. And to the unsteady, no meditation. And to the unmeditated, no peace. Then he says, to the peaceless, how can there be happiness? We are all looking for a happiness, but our mind has to be restful. So that's why he went through all these different stages in this verse. Then the second verse she recited, that's a verse number 71 from the same chapter, Sankhya Yoga chapter 2. The man attains peace who, abandoning all desires, that means the materialistic desires, moves about without longing, nispriha. To learn how to be free from longing. Otherwise, that mind keeps on longing for more and more. So a person attains peace who, abandoning all desires, moves about without longing, without the sense of I-ness and my-ness. Nirmamaha, nirahankara. So we got to cultivate these qualities also if you want to be peaceful, or even if you want to be happy. Third verse she recited from chapter number 4, Jnanakaram Sannyas Yoga chapter. And that's a verse number 39. The man who is full of faith, Shraddhavan, who is devoted to it, who has subdued the senses. Remember, there's a big difference between subduing the senses and suppressing the senses. Senses should be in our control. We should be able to use them when we need to use them if we want to be peaceful. He says that person will obtain this knowledge, the knowledge which he is talking about, the self-knowledge. And having obtained knowledge, are along, that means without delay, he goes to the supreme peace. So this is the technique he's giving it to us. Faith is needed, Shraddha. Devotion is needed. Self-control is needed. This is the kind of a sadhana we need to do it. So Shraddhavan labte jnanam tat para sanyat indriya. Very clear instructions he is giving it to us. We should have a spirit of self-control. Why? Because we want param shanti. Not just a momentarily shanti, here and there shanti, or here and there glimpses of happiness. No, our real nature is shanti, peace. Then in the next chapter, chapter 5, Karam Sannyas Yoga. The last verse of that chapter, 29. Bhogtaram yagya tapsam sarvalok maheshwaram. He says, knowing me as enjoyer of the sacrifices and austerities, the great Lord of all worlds, the friend of all beings, he attains peace. So we will get to peace only where the peace is. Where the peace is coming from God. God is the embodiment of peace. So if we love him, we perform the tapasyas also, controlling ourselves. Only then we can be friends with him, who is a friend of all beings. Suhridam sarvabhutana gyatva mam shantim richati. Beautiful verse. And then the last verse she recited from chapter number 8. And this is a verse number 28. Lord Krishna says, whatever fruit of merit is declared in the scriptures as springing up from study of the Vedas. Because every action, there's a reaction. Every cause has the effect. So if we study the Vedas, sure, there will be some fruits. And there will be fruits of the performance of the sacrifices also. Tapasya, practices of the austerities, or even when we give dan, the charity. Vedeshu yagyeshu tapsu cha ev daneshu yat punya phalam pradishta. In the second line, he tells us, beyond all these, whatever fruit you're going to get from these austerities, or the study of the Vedas, or the tapasya, or dan, beyond all these goes the yogi. How? Because he has known this path. Atyeti tat sarvam viditva. He surpasses all that. And where does he go? He attains the supreme peace. Upati chat adyam. So the knowledge of the self, the devotion, being one with him, gives us that. And we are all looking for not only happiness, but peace also. Just like last week, I have certain, I have list of these, what do we need to do? Sure, we study Bhagavad Gita. Sure, we are doing our prayers. We are controlling our senses. But day to day, what do we need to do if we want to cultivate peace? Praying to God, Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti is good. But we got to do more than that. Number one, accept situations for what they are. Instead of expecting or hoping them to turn into what you want them to be. Because the result is given by God, based upon our actions. Some individual actions, some group actions. Accept the situation. If you need to change in the future, change it. But right now, where you are, sab theek hai. Accept it. Once you accept it, only then you can make the change. If you keep on churning and stay restless, you really cannot make any change. Number two, expect only from one person. And who's that person? Yourself. You are sitting on the driver's seat of your life. Expectations should be from you, not from others. We normally blame others when something doesn't go according to our wish. Very easily we blame even our ancestors or the stars or even God. If you want to be peaceful, stop doing that. Number three, have a grateful heart. Get in the habit of giving gratitude for everything in life. By everything, I mean everything. Number four, understand that not everyone and every situation deserves or needs a response. Sometimes we got to retract back. Number 5, listen to your heart. If something doesn't feel right, don't do it. Number 6, if I indulge in more things which are not good for me, remember it will drain my peace. So we got to watch. Mentally, emotionally, are those things making me happy? If it's not good for me, don't do it. Next one, situations and people cannot damage your peace without you giving them your attention and the power. Next one, get in the habit of engaging in random acts of selfless kindness without expecting anything, without even thinking that it's my duty or not. Be kind. That's why I said random acts of kindness. It will make you feel peaceful right away. Periodically surround yourself in nature. We learn from the nature how giving the nature is. Could be just a sunlight or a waterfall or plants, trees, or even a blade of grass. How easily it bends. It teaches us how to surrender. Always stand up for yourself. Keep yourself creative. So that means keep the creative side alive. We all have some kind of a creativity. Some of us can sing, or some can dance, some can knit, write, speak, paint, whatever you can do, whatever your creative nature is, keep it alive. Next one, always have a growth mindset. Keep on improving yourself, keep on upgrading yourself. We are all designed in a way to always grow. So if we are not growing, we are stagnant, and that is against our basic DNA. See, our DNA design is which makes us grow, and that's where the peace comes. The minute you grow, learn something, there's a peace. And then another one, spend time with yourself. Get in the habit of being comfortable with the stillness. A lot of people, they spend an entire life attempting to know others, or even sometimes to please others. This beautiful human journey is to know yourself. Once you know yourself, you will know exactly what makes you at peace. This mantra, write it down somewhere, that my peace is more important. When you find yourself reacting to something that doesn't deserve your energy, repeat this mantra. Prioritize your inner wellness. Cultivate an active mindset of peace. And in order to do it, you got to consciously decide that you want to elevate higher than any situation that arises. With this, I will stop because I have already taken too much time. Wanted to give enough time to Urmila and Veena also, if she wants to say a few words after Urmila also. So Urmil, floor is yours, or as I can say, the screen is yours. Unmute yourself, please.
Good morning. Thank you, Hershey. We all say Shanti, 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 and in all our prayers. So that's what is the ultimate thing we need is peace. Peace is defined as freedom from disturbance. Peace is a stress-free state of security and calmness that comes when there is fighting or war, everything coexisting in perfect harmony of freedom. Now, there are many kinds of peace, and already Hershey has mentioned most of them. But let us start with peace when there is no war or no conflicts in the nation or the world. There is the external environment, the external disturbance, and we all want to resolve things so that we have external peace. We don't want violence, we don't want wars, and there is the world always in conflicting with each other, and every day we are seeing that, and it affects us, it disturbs us, and we try to wish for peace. All we can do is vote for that which could bring us peace. Beyond that, we just have to depend on our politicians and peacemakers. So that external peace, we have not too much control, but we can do our part. So the other thing we need is peace of mind. We want to be quiet, tranquil, content, serene. And we want to then have happiness inside our heart and joy. And that's called peace inside us, peace within. So we have talked of external peace, peace of mind, and then inner inner peace. Inner peace means dealing with the conflicts within us. We are worried, we are stressed about something, we don't know how to deal with it. We don't seem to have the strength or the courage to face the situation or pursue the challenge and all that. So we are looking for the emotional peace. And how are we going to go in and do it? Like nowadays, you have little cameras that go in the body and do it. And you have lasers, and you can go in and fix the part of your body. But in the need for emotion, is concentration, clarity, knowledge, equanimity, compassion. So you have, in order to deal with all the stresses and worries that are in you. For every challenge that life throws on you, remember that you have to have the smartness or the knowledge and the wisdom to understand the situation or the root cause of the situation. Meditate on it, contemplate on it, and encounter, have courage, compassion, you have to have the good attributes of gratitude. And if you cannot change, accept your limitation and let go. Remember this to be part of your mantras. Let go. It's okay. I can take care. It's beyond my limits. Let it go. Let go. Say your serenity prayer. God, give me the courage to change the things I can and give me the way, the difference. That's where you need your intelligence. God, then lead a, when you have said this, and God, give me the courage to change I can and give me the sense or the wisdom to know the difference, that change what you cannot drop it, let go. And the next point is focus on your blessings and put less focus on your troubles. Fix your mind on Lord Krishna or God and pray to God to be your guiding light. Surrender to God and repeat the serenity prayer with a pure heart. Then after you surrender to God, sit back on your recliner, drop shoulders, unclench, relax. Trust that God is with you and He will bring peace and replace your troubles with some right. The answer will come from God. So what will He help you do? He'll chronic stresses, anxieties, and bring you peace of mind. And once He will also redirect your thoughts and He'll be good to you. But first you have to. Now, so far, we have dealt with external peace of mind, internal peace, and now we are talking of spiritual peace. And that spiritual peace comes from meditation and trying to have union with God. Then you will feel God's presence. When you have peace, you're going to be still in your heart, and the troubles will not be your point of focus. You'll be harmonious and peaceful, will change your attitude to these challenges. Then you can lead a life of joy and happiness, and you will also have peace with your relations, peace at work, peace on earth, and peace in the world. This can be summed up as peace is freedom from violence, from peers, partners, families, and we will call this the ultimate peace. The ultimate peace where you are taking charge of helping with compassion, accepting others' religious practices, treat others as you would like others to treat you. And this peace will mean not only harmony and order, but justice and conflicting management, good laws that are enforced, good government, freedom of speech, respect for human, and etc. So this will bring you, then as Mother Teresa said, peace begins with a smile 5 times a day. Peace cannot be achieved by understanding and taking the responsibility to do it. So we already talked about all these spiritual peace and the ultimate peace. And now the final stage, after to God and made connection and unite with God, that the devotee develops dispassion. He is totally detached from the world, in the sense from the material world. He is focused only on God. This will bring him eternal peace. And that's our goal. We attain the eternal peace, and by doing that, we attain supreme abode, which is the permanent residence and no return to the cycle of birth and death. And the supreme peace and eternal peace together will bring you to the state of moksha, a liberated soul. So this is the development of peace. So start with internal, mind, eternal, and then dealing with compassion and all with the world around you, then God, yourself and God, and finally get so detached that there's no one else but that one, and you will go to be at the supreme abode. So I also mentioned many other points of growth, and this is my take on the kind of peace we have to do, and we have to deal with peace at many levels before we get the eternal peace. Now, my final little take on a little poem on the peace is how to acquire peace. On changeable earth, human beings are wise. They want to perpetuate the progress in rise. Some why in learning wealth to live happily, attractive edifices they build to reside properly. To lead a prosperous life, some are on so keen. To live peacefully, they try hard and do gin. Gin means drinks or alcohol or gambling or those kind of habits. So to lead a prosperous life, some are so keen. To live peacefully, they try hard and do gin. Some are on moonshine and they visualize peace. Since they visualize peace by wealth, possessions, and all. Do persons indeed get peace from wealth? Or do they avail eternal happiness or mental health? Peace cannot be obtained where there is jealousy and vexation, nor can it be acquired in transgression. Perplexity and agitations don't bring peace. Wealth can bring transient happiness and bliss. They have we can acquire through noble work, truthfulness, non-violence, and by removing the anxiety murk. We can acquire eternal peace through life can save persons from damnation, love, purity, and belief in God. These help a person to acquire peace overall. So this was all I have to say. Any questions? We have a lot of material from Haji and myself, and we are ready to answer whenever you want, or you have, Veena ji, you have a few words to say on this subject. Please take over.
Thank you, Urmil. Okay, Veena.
Veena. Anji.
Namaste, Hersh.
Namaste, ji. Namaste.
Well, between the two of you, you have pretty well said everything, so there is not much remains for me to say, but I'll see, I'll just leave out the things that you've already said. So peace exists within the heart of all human beings. And to find it, that is where you need to look. It is this constant sanctuary in your own head that no one can interrupt. The journey to peace can be deeply personal and an ongoing process. And what peace means to different people. To some, it may mean escaping from the hustle and bustle of life. To another person, it can mean listening to soothing music. To somebody else, it may mean a divorce after a bad marriage. To another person, it could mean peace and death after being bedridden and suffering for a long time. Peace is submission to faith, knowing that all that is happening or will happen is just a part of the divine plan. So some of the points that have already been mentioned, I will avoid going over them again. So I will just add, don't procrastinate, because if there is a sense of urgency in things, people do them. Otherwise, if you procrastinate, things hang over them, and that also disturbs your peace. So the sooner you get things done, the more peace you will have. The other point is move forward irrespective of your speed. So you can go at a snail's pace or run, but go in the right direction. And don't compare yourselves with other people, because that creates disturbance. Don't overthink about things. If there is a conflict, try to deal with it. The sooner you deal with it, the better is it, because if you leave it for longer, things just grow into bigger and bigger things that are harder to deal with. Believe in, live in peace rather than rest in peace. Embrace your strengths and weaknesses. Let go of your self-criticism and judgments. Let go of the past, especially if you did something that you're not very proud of. Make amends with people who have done wrong to you to keep your conscience clear, which gives you peace. Have a sense of purpose and connection to something which is greater than yourself. For most people, peace is mental, just some quietening of mind. However, for spiritual masters, it's the vast, absolute, eternal, silent, solid presence of their own self. Who you really are is always completely at peace, even if the sensory environment and the mind are noisy. Knowing who you really are, not the body, mind, and intellect, but the deeper awareness that observes it. Life is about peace of mind, and peace of mind is about never mind. That's what I have to add. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Veena. Beautifully said.